Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Dio here. Today I'm very excited to unbox my very first Mega Space Molly 400%. It'll be the Panda edition. This is the Panda edition for Mega Space Molly. It came out, I believe, last year, 2024, and recently it's been restocked on and off, so I finally got one of them. So I'm very excited. Like I said, it's my very first 400% Space Molly, so let's see how it looks. So let's take a look at the box. On the front, of course, you see the Panda Space Molly right here. And inside, there's the Space Molly motifs on both sides. And the back shows you information on the collaboration. So if you didn't know, Space Molly has a lot of collaborations with different, I wouldn't say more like pop culture stuff, but there's also some more special ones like this conservation effort for pandas in China. And I feel like nowadays it's a lot more street art and kind of like pop culture stuff. But it's kind of nice to have something that's outside of the norm. There's also Royal Molly, which is more in collaboration with artists. So more like high-end art museum arts. So let's open it up. So at the top there is a certificate. I assume it's the certificate of authenticity that all the 400%s come with. Mart. And here's a look at the card. It says the 400% Mega Space Molly, Panda Edition, and there's also like a gilded Molly over here. Of course, the QR code for authenticity. And the back just says Mega Space Molly, Kennyswork, which is the artist, and Panda. So let's take a look. Oh, it's bigger than expected. So I got a higher table just so we could take a better look at what it's like. Let's get it out of the plastic. And there's an accessory right here. Here she is. There's also a bunch of like silicone packets right there. I don't know why they need so many little ones. And now for the grand review. Okay, so the main reason I got this because it's fuzzy. I think there aren't that many. I know there's a few where it's like fuzzy textures on it, but I think this is the one I first seen that has this furry texture. Here's a closer look. And I was like, oh, I think I want that. Oh, there's even more stuff to take off. Okay, this is really nice. And here's a closer look at the panda face. It's very, very cute. I love the little blush detail that they added to the panda. So the snout is made out of plush, but the nose right here is made out of plastic, if you can see. Gives it a very nice detail in the nose. And the eyes are beady, and she has little nubs, plush ears. The hands are all covered in fur. Pretty much everything is covered in fur, except for the kind of like mechanical astronaut parts. So the A and B button are plastic, along with these wires. And here's a look at the back of it. And there are apples in there. And I believe, yeah, they are loose. So you can kind of shake them around, you can hear them rattling. And why apples? Because that's another favorite snack of pandas, aside from bamboo, as everyone knows. And now it's time for the face reveal. There she is. All Mega Space Mollies have these helmets where it kind of articulates on this hinge right here on the side. So it's actually a helmet that opens up to reveal Molly's face. And I normally really like Molly's face, but I feel like this one just works better as a panda, so closed. It's very cute that how they did that. So it gives it a different kind of feel and look to it. And the hands are articulate too, so you can move them around. And for this one, we have this bamboo accessory. And here's a look at this accessory right here. Very nice. I love that, like the paint job right here that makes it kind of very natural looking and not just like all painted one shade of green. Looks like this just kind of stabs right into here. Yeah. Okay, the thumb is a little flexible. So you could just kind of stab it right in, and it's holding bamboo. So typically, Mega Space Molly, she is holding a camera. A lot of people think it's like a gun, but it's actually a camera that she's recording when she goes through different worlds and dimensions. So that's kind of like the lore of Mega Space Molly. But this time, instead of having the camera, she's holding bamboo like a panda. I just realized these arms are also articulate where I could rotate 360, I assume. Yes. I think same for both sides. So this side actually doesn't have a space to hold anything. So this one is kind of like a closed fist. And this one is the only hand that can hold the bamboo. The soul of Mega Space Molly, we have the Panda organization and also Kennyswork and Mart. The feet also actually turn too, but because she's just standing in such close stance, there isn't really much to turn. Yeah, like the feet are kind of pressed up to each other, so not much movement there actually. I also really like this kind of like embroidered band around the leg, if you can see that. It's actually a different texture. It's almost, I guess, kind of like part of the suit, the astronaut suit. And she's not actually like a panda, she's pretending to be a panda maybe. And you can see in the neck too, there's a band right here with little green embroidered elements. But I think that's all fur though. Unlike right here, that's kind of all embroidery. This is fur with little green squares embroidered on. And overall, I really love this figure. I like how the paint job like here is matches the bamboo, having that worn out look. And it says angry gas in case of emergency, press button A. Bad gas in case of emergency, press button B. But these are not pressable, so it's just for looks. I like how the apples are movable though. Actually, maybe, is it all movable? Yeah, they are. It's just tossed in there. But yeah, what do you think? You think I should keep the helmet open or helmet closed? I think for now I'll keep the helmet closed, but maybe after a while I want to see Molly, so have it open a little bit. But this, like, can you hear that? It's very satisfying. Reminds me of something. I don't know. It's just very satisfying. And also the head turns, so there's a lot of points of articulation, which is really nice. It's kind of cool to be able to pose them however you like. Overall, I'm very happy with this purchase. This is actually one of the cheaper 400%. I'm in the US, so most of the 400% are now like around the 300 mark, but this was closer to the lower 200 mark, so that's another reason why I jumped on this one. That's my first Mega Space Molly 400%. Just for reference, this is my Demu 400%. So you can see it's a lot shorter, and actually the 400% doesn't really include the ears if you get a regular Demu. So they're here side by side aligned, so you can see how much bigger the Mega Space Molly is too. And actually the Mega Demu was a little bit more expensive. Although it was like a Disney collab, so maybe that's why it's a little bit more expensive. Let me know what you think of this Mega Space Molly 400%. I think it's a good purchase for my very first one, but now that I have one, I think I do want more. I have another one that I've been eyeing, so I think I'll finally buy it. Let me know if you have any 400% Space Mollies, because I think it's a really cool concept, and I would like more, but they're just a little bit more expensive. I know they're still 100%, but I feel like it's just not the same. I feel like I just like the bigger feel of these ones. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what else you'd like to see. Check out the video description down below for links to my social and my shop. And until next time, bye.